Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Fisher, and I oversee VA's 300 vet centers. Today, we're going to talk about what vet centers are and the work that we do there. A little bit of background about myself. I am a combat veteran who served in Iraq in 2005, was actually in the infantry and served with the Pennsylvania National Guard, and was very fortunate to find vet centers both professionally and personally as I transitioned to life after that deployment. Now, before we get into what a vet center is, I think we should recognize that this has not been an easy month, and that many individuals, including myself, have experienced feelings and emotions like anxiety, anger, grief, guilt, or even numbness. And it's perfectly fine to have those kind of feelings and emotions. What's not okay is having to think that you have to be by yourself as you have those feelings or emotions. And our hope is at the end of our discussion today that you'll learn about a resource that is available to you so you don't have to be alone. So with that said, let's get right into what a vet center is. So we are an organization in the Department of Veterans Affairs that provides readjustment counseling to eligible veterans, active duty service members, and their families. We were created in 1979 because at that point, Vietnam veterans realized that they needed to have a place where they could go and experience community and camaraderie and connection together after they deal with the realities of what they experienced in Vietnam. And really, we blossomed into where we are today in that we have 300 vet centers, 83 mobile vet centers. We also have over 1,000 vet center community access points, and still held true to that idea of veteran helping veteran, in that the vast majority of our staff, almost 70%, are veterans, and many of them have served in combat. In fact, I'm the typical vet center employee, having served first and then has been able to, and fortunate enough to be able to give back. So vet centers provide individual, group, marriage, family counseling. We also provide referral and connection to other services, both in VA as well as within your community as a whole. In fact, many of our vet centers actually bring in community partners designed to meet the need in that local community who have office hours at that vet center. So what can you expect when you come into a vet center? The first is that it's going to be a welcoming environment where you can connect with other veterans, other service members, other family members, and begin to create that community. And really that leads into, we create a community of support and opportunity for those social connections to be able to establish new relationships. We also provide, and you can expect, practical and therapeutic services, everything from talk therapy to recreational activities, and really all designed to connect to whatever your individual goals and needs are. In fact, we put you and your family in the driver's seat of your care and really help you identify a goal somewhere in a very large spectrum of services, then work to create a support structure around yourself to accomplish those services or to accomplish those goals. And when you accomplish that goal, then we want you to identify or help you to identify another one. And it's this lifelong process of just doing that over and over and over again. Our commitment when you come into a vet center is that we will provide a safe and confidential environment where you can do that. In fact, the only people who will know you are coming to a vet center are the people you tell, the people you allow to know through a signed release of information. That includes anyone in the Department of Defense or on the VA side, or if there's a serious threat to yourself or somebody else or concern about harm, then we will break confidentiality for that. And it really comes down to making sure that you are safe. You will also make sure that you can expect, or we're committed to, guided services by professionals. And like we said before, many who are veterans and have maybe experienced the same things that you have. I think what really makes us successful is this ability to just understand that experience. You do not have to explain to me what an IED is. I know firsthand the sights, the smells, the sounds, that feeling that happens after that event. And many of our staff had that similar experience. Now, one thing that we're proud of within vet centers, And I think this really speaks to our ability to create that safe environment, regardless of experience, is that 90% of veterans and service members trust vet centers, not only to make sure that we can provide access to those services, but also that we will provide quality services. In fact, an additional 92% of veterans and service members stated that they trust vet centers to improve the quality of their life. Now, while we are a part of the Department of Veterans Affairs, there is no requirement to enroll in VHA healthcare to use vet center services. There is no requirement for service connection. We don't means test. It really is for individuals who experience, our eligibility is really based around that service in a dangerous place or experiencing certain kinds of trauma like military sexual trauma or war trauma. And we also provide services regardless of discharge status or character. So it really becomes that ability, that safe place to begin that journey post-deployment, post-experiencing those certain kinds of trauma. We said that we don't charge for our services. In fact, everything is prepaid by your military experience. And our services are lifelong. So you can choose to use us today, tomorrow, or 10 years from now. But I think the important thing is that when you're ready, that you make that decision to come in and give us a try. So how do you get a hold of a vet center or get connected to a vet center? The easiest way is to visit our website, www.vetcenter.va.gov, or give us a call on our 24/7 confidential call center, 877-927-8387. Once again, 877-927-8387. This call center is actually staffed by fellow combat veterans and family members of combat veterans, and is really designed as a place where you can call at any point and talk about your military experience and transition home. We started our time together today talking about that you don't have to feel that you're alone. And I'm actually going to give you just my own personal experience of using vet centers. And that is, I am here today because a vet center counselor actually wouldn't let me shut my barracks room door on him until I came and talked to him. My time when all I wanted to do was say no, vet centers helped me say yes. And I submit to you, that is what we do every day. We help you say yes when really all you want to do is say no. And that gets into, you're not alone. You don't have to feel that. Give us a try. So I do want to thank you for taking a couple of minutes and hearing about what we do at vet centers. And please give us a try in calling either our 24/7 call center, or also checking us out using our website where you can find the closest vet center to you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service to this country. And I look forward to you connecting with the vet center in the very near future. Thank you.